Yes, welcome back to the Make Ready podcast. I'm your host, Daniel Tindall, and you join me on a solo episode in the liminal space between Christmas and New Year's Eve. I wanted to get out a episode before New Year's. I know it's only tomorrow, but it's important for me to reflect on 2025, and I wanted to share with you what I've learned in my life, and maybe that supports you in yours, and also extend that invitation for you to spend some time over this week reflecting on the 2025 that we've had. What's been good? What can we be grateful for? What goals did we set out and we achieved? As well as what didn't go to plan? What challenges we faced? And importantly, what lessons we learned from those challenges. The beauty about our life and challenges and experiences is that if we take time to reflect, then those challenges do serve us because we can learn valuable lessons. If we don't reflect, if we don't pause to take stock, and challenges are just challenges, they're inconveniences, and we don't actually learn, we don't become any wiser. And of course, we want to be wiser, so that next time we can handle these challenges with a little bit more ease, a little bit more grace, and maybe even avoid them altogether. So I wanted to share my 5 lessons that I learned from 2025, and then also how I'm approaching 2026. So the first lesson for me is the small, easily achievable habits make a big impact over time. I spent a lot of this year just making small changes, holding myself accountable to small little habits that supported my overall goal. My previous habit, my previous way of sort of achieving goals has been going kind of all or nothing, whether that be like running an ultra marathon or extended fasts, fighting in the cage, these big things, big physical challenges, or cutting things out completely out. And it has always led me to yo-yo or rebound or go off the wagon, so to speak. Holding myself to that extremity has not been good. So what I've done this year is just implement small habits, such as one set of one exercise is me showing up to the gym. That's the minimum. If I've done that, I've been to the gym today. I'm a man who goes to the gym. And that's been really powerful, because what that has actually done is meant that I've gone to the gym in times where I didn't think I had time. It would be, I've only got 20 minutes. What's the point? I might as well not go. When actually a 20-minute workout is definitely better than nothing. And it's helped me be consistent, which has meant I've maintained my body weight at a lower body weight. I've lost weight and then I've maintained a lower weight than probably I ever have when I haven't been training for a fight. So that's been a really positive outcome. So the question that I have got from the back of that is, in what small way can I show up today that moves me forward? It's a really good question to reflect on. What small way can I show up today? And that really helps me, even when I'm having a bad day, or things aren't going to plan, or just don't feel great or motivated. What small way can I show up today that helps me move the bar forward? So that's lesson 1. Lesson 2, this is a big one for me, and it's taken a long time to realize this, and I still find it challenging. You can do anything you set your mind to. You just can't do everything. And yeah, I do struggle with that one. I really struggle with that one. As a result, I have always overloaded my plate, and I am currently in the process of hopefully clearing that. I have many hobbies, interests, goals, ambitions, and I'm realizing I just can't do everything. And that's frustrating. I find that frustrating to manage. Going forward, that is something that I am really going to remember. I probably need to stick it up on my wall to just remind myself that, yes, Daniel, you are capable of anything you want, but you can't do everything. So, especially with a growing young family, I'm definitely realizing that. So prioritize what matters most and focus on that. Clear everything else out. Number 3, faith makes it makes me a better man and helps me show up in all ways. However, if you don't make time for it, then it will be forgotten. It will be left behind. So faith has been, is a huge pillar in my life, if not the foundation of everything, because it's the first thing I do when I wake up. It's the last thing I do when I go to bed. And I spend times in prayer, studying in between. And it's a time that I really value. It's a thing that helps me through challenges. It helps me see what I'm grateful for, see the good in everything. It helps me show up as a better man. And it's really, really powerful. And yet, if you don't make time for it, you're not going to have faith. Even if you believe in God and have faith, if you're not making time to prayer, to meditate, to read scripture, or just even simply being in silence. And the silence aspect is one that I've really focused on this year. It's all very well studying, listening to podcasts and listening to audiobooks, but we're just consuming information. And actually, if we want a relationship with God, if we want to have faith, it's not found in podcasts and audiobooks. It's found in the silence. How can you possibly expect to have a relationship with God and with the world around us if we're always consuming information? We need to be in silence. So that's been a really big lesson from 2025, and one I really I'll be taking forward 2026. Lesson 4. I really enjoy working as part of a team, and that's been a really powerful realization. I have been self-employed for most of my working career, and I really enjoy working with people. And this year's shown me that I've actually found teammates in various aspects of my different sort of careers that I've got going on, my different hustles, and that's been really powerful to realize that actually, I like being a part of a team. I like being part of a partnership. Yes, I like having control of, master of your own destiny. I love being self-employed. That's fantastic. But I actually like being part of a team as well. I like adding value to someone else's life and to someone else, and other people. And I also, I like having that camaraderie that, that we're in it together and we're building something. So that's been really powerful for me. So the question that spurs off the back is that what teams are you part of? Or questions that you can ask yourself: what teams am I a part of? Are they serving me and my goals? Not all teams are healthy teams. Not all relationships, not all partnerships are healthy partnerships. Are they serving me? And am I serving them? It's not all about what's serving us. Are we being of value to someone else? Teamwork. 2025 has been an important lesson. And number 5 is sticking your head in the sand is not helping you. Whether it's your health, your finances, or uncomfortable conversations that you need to have in various relationships in your life. You need to tackle them. And I'm very much not talking from the pulpit in this, and in any of these for that matter. These are my lessons from my life that I wanted to share, because I think, hey, they might resonate, they might help you. And I'm learning these the hard way. Sticking your head in the sand does not help. And you can do it for short periods of time, right? Sometimes more pressing situations mean that you need to prioritize and you need to cut out the noise and you need to focus. I had the birth of my son in October, and certainly for a couple of months there, I did stick my head in the sand with a lot of things because my family needed me. But that's a very short amount of time. If you do it over a prolonged period of time, things build up and they will bite you in the ass. And it's just not beneficial. So invariably, tackling things head on is the best way to go about it. And if you do that, you're not going to have those nagging, I really need to deal with that, on your back of the mind, which becomes wearing over time. And it's something I've really experienced. So part of what I'm doing at the moment is I'm calling it Operation Winter Clear. I am clearing out my life of the things I've stuck my head in the sand with, of clearing everything else out because I'm trying to do everything. And it's really powerful. And although I'm not running into the new year with new goals and new this and new that, I am very positive that I am clearing out all the stuff that doesn't serve me. I'm addressing the things that have been weighing me down so that when it is time for action, and for me, that's springtime, I'm not interested in masses of outward energy before spring, certainly before Imbolc. So I reckon February, Chinese New Year, we'll have some new energy going forwards. But I'm really intentionally spending this time clearing out stuff in my life rather than adding the weight of goals right now. It's not necessary for me. I'm on a clear out and I'm addressing those things I've stuck my head in the sand with. I am clearing things out. I am choosing what needs to stay and what can go. I've done a big sort of brain dump, mind map of all the things I've got going on in my life, and I'm going through them methodically. They're gone from a mind map to an action list, and I'm working through them. And I'm waiting. I'm in the process of doing various qualifications, and what was really surprising for me is when I spent the time putting pen to paper, I realized just how much I've taken on. And by just looking at that piece of paper, I can tell exactly why I'm not where I want to be right now. And it's no wonder, because I've got far, far too much on my plate. And it goes back to that. You can do anything you put your mind to, but you can't do everything. So that's been a really powerful exercise, and it might be something that might benefit you, is putting down all the things that you've got going on in your life and sifting through them. What needs actioning? What's that thing that's been on the back of your mind that you think, I really need to do that? Write it down, put it in an action list, put it in your calendar and tackle it. Guarantee you will go into 2026 with far better energy than if you keep all that stuff there, but add some other goals that probably aren't going to be achieved. So that's what I'm doing. That's my priority for, it's like quarter one. Q1 is pretty much still just full on Operation Winter Clear, ready for spring. And then come springtime, I can take stock. And realistically, I've got enough goals and things going on in my plate to, I don't need to be adding any more to. So it's just, it is then having the clarity to focus. It's getting out all the mess, all the noise, to then focus in and making sure that as next year goes on, I'm not overloading with commitments. I'm boundaried by saying no to things. Not every opportunity needs to be said yes to, even if it's a good opportunity. You have limited time, limited resources, and this is the importance, in my opinion, of having a vision. So you can reflect back, is this bringing me closer to my dream life, or is it distracting me? Is it going to get me closer to my goals, or is it actually going to change my goals and move me further away? And it's not necessarily, it's not saying you can't change goals and you can't move away from them if a better opportunity comes up, but it's being aware and being really intentional, and just aware of where you're going. and what those decisions, that saying yes to that, means in the grand scheme of your life. So I hope that was helpful. I hope you had a good Christmas. I hope you enjoy your New Year's celebrations, if indeed you do celebrate. I really recommend this week as a time of reflection, a time of gathering the gold from 2025, the lessons, what's gone well, what have you learned from the challenges, intention setting for 2026. How might that look for you? Even if we're not setting goals at the moment, you might be. What kind of man do you want to be in 2026? How do you want to approach challenge? How do you want to approach relationships, your family? It's still a really powerful time of year to set intentions, to reflect. And if you are one of these people who can stay up to midnight, enjoy the New Year's Eve celebrations. I will not be up at midnight tomorrow night. I will not. I will be asleep, tucked up. But yeah, I wonder how you'll be spending your New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, welcoming in the new energy of 2026. Will you have some clarity? Will you have some positive reflections of 2025? And will you start 2026 mindfully, intentionally, and positively? It is a start of a new year, and you can absolutely be the man you want to be and make the life you want. So, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, and next time I'll be joined with Adam Glover for our next episode of Coach's Corner. If you got value from this episode, please share it with a friend. Please like it, give it a positive review, share it, subscribe, do all the things. Until next time, keep showing up.